Facebook! Welcome, Stacey Hall from staceyhall.com here with you. The title for tonight's episode, do you know what to do if you need to succeed really quickly, but you don't have much money to work with? I'm sure there's a few of you who are have been in this position if you aren't currently. A lot of people come to network marketing and online marketing when their backs are up against the wall. They're in a bad way, they're in a bad situation, and they need to get out, and they need to get out quickly. Now here's the thing. Network marketing typically is a long-term strategy. Residual income is not an overnight kind of income. It's designed to sort of grow in the background, and it's kind of a 3 to 5 year strategy. It's a brilliant strategy. It will free you forever. It's a legacy strategy that you can will to your children and will pay them indefinitely going forward. So it's a strategy that, in my humble opinion, every single human on planet Earth should be a part of. I'm not saying you gotta be in my company, although it is a wise choice. I gotta put that plug in there. You don't gotta be a part of my company, but you should be doing something. Okay, so that said, the residual part of the equation is only one part of how people in our industry get paid, okay? So there's front money, and with online marketing, there's a lot of front money. So if you use a combination of those two things, there are ways that you can come in running. Full disclosure, I did not do that. I was not one of those people who came in running. I came in at a slow walk to a stop and intermittently went from slow walk to stop for a long time because I didn't have this right. Okay, so that's a big part of it. So what do you do if your back's against the wall, you're coming in, you need to have success quickly, and you don't have a lot to work with? The first thing I'm going to suggest to you, if you were to talk to me, is to focus your energy on income producing activities. This is a buzz phrase, and some people are like, yeah, I get it. Clearly, I want some income, but what the heck does that mean, shizzle? Right? What does that mean? Well, I'm gonna explain it to you. Okay. What that means is, hey Sarah, for those of you who are online marketers as well, blogs and sales funnels and capture pages and all that fancy schmancy stuff is brilliant as part of your long-term residual lead generation strategy, but it's not front money. So you don't want to get caught up in that stuff. I know, it's just way sexier. I know, I get that. It's so much sexier to focus on the blog. But it's not going to make you money in the short term. 99 times out of 100, you will not make a dime your first month of blogging. There's exceptions. There's exceptions, okay? So if you're somebody who started off and made a ton of money, good for you. That's not typical. Results are not typical. So do not focus on that stuff. What you're gonna do is you're gonna come in and you're gonna focus immediately on expanding your network. If you have no money to play with, get on Facebook. Get on Facebook. You don't even need a fan page to start off, okay? If you're in a hurry, get on Facebook and start expanding your network. Reach out to people. I always say 10 new people every day. I don't always do that, but that's what you should be doing. It's my goal. If you're in a big hurry, double it. Spend every waking moment you have expanding your network. That is the fastest way to getting some income happening. Okay, this is all going to make sense, I promise you. Just follow the steps. So you're going to grow your Facebook friends list. You're going to follow people on Facebook because you can't friend request a zillion of them or Facebook will throw you in the slammer, and that's the last thing you want if you're trying to expand your network. Now, if you are in a hurry, you are going to need to do some offline stuff. Okay? Go to meetup groups. If you have a free morning or a free afternoon, go to your local meetup groups and start expanding your network locally also. Be everywhere you can be. It doesn't cost anything typically. There are some meetups that have nominal fees, but for the most part, right? That's going to be your focus. The bulk of your time is reaching out to people and building relationships, mostly online. That's number one. You're going to start relationships. You're going to start conversations. You're going to get to know people. Okay? Number two, you're going to create quick, easily digested content. So again, for you, it may not be the best idea to focus on writing blog posts right now. Maybe you want to start that once you get a little bit of cash flow. Okay? Easily digested content. What does that mean? Video would be my number one. If you're in a hurry to get some success and to get money rolling, the first thing you want to do after expanding your network is make sure that as you're reaching out to people, they have something that they're looking at that has you in it. So when they pull up your Facebook page, they can see stuff that's value that you are offering your marketplace. It's the congruency. They're chatting with you on Messenger. They're like, you know it. They're going back and forth. They're going, oh yeah, I'm doing this. I work for this company. I've been in the industry for 3 years. And then they're over here opening a new window and they're pulling you up, sweetheart. They're checking out your profile. They are. So make sure that you look amazing on your profile. Set it up properly. No links, no product shots, no company name. We've talked about this on Facebook Lives before, so if you want to know what you need to post, I'm sure it's down there. And if not, it's on my blog. The specifics about what to post to pique curiosity and not give away the end of the movie. We don't want to practice repulsion marketing, okay? Especially if you're in a hurry. You want to attract people to you, have a nice profile, right? Everything in its place. And content that's of value. The fastest way to reach people and create that know, like, trust factor is video. James Allen Buckley in the house. Hello, my friend. High five. Boop. How are you? So video is going to be your best friend if you are in a hurry. Get over your fear. I can help you with that too. Get over it. Nobody cares what your hair looks like. They only care what's coming out of the pie hole. They only care what you can share with them that's going to help them. So easily digestible content. All you need is a cell phone. You don't need fancy lights. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need fancy video editing software. All you need is a phone. Upload it to Facebook. People are watching you. They're able to see your mannerisms. They're able to see if, you know, how you are, your personality. So they will grow to know, like, and trust you way more quickly than any other strategy on earth. So that would be what I would focus on for your content. Number one for video is Facebook Live. I know it still scares a lot of people, but there's something about the live streaming that really attracts people. I don't know if it's the voyeuristic thing that we just want to see. We want to see people live. We want to interact. It's more personable, right? They feel like they're more involved with you. They can actually chat with you and engage, and it's just way more powerful. So if you can bring yourself to do Facebook Lives on a regular basis, that is single-handedly the fastest way to build a network quickly. So I would actively encourage you to start doing that. I know it's a little bit scary. I've talked about this before because the first time I did Facebook Live, I was so terrified. I kept dropping my phone. My hands were like just sweaty. My heart was going a mile a minute. I couldn't remember what to say. It was kind of a disaster, but I'm here, I'm alive, right? It's okay. You can't figure it out unless you're willing to make some mistakes. So I really highly suggest if making money in the short term is really important and you need to do it quickly, there's nothing faster than live streaming, right? Video is going to be your best friend. Everything kind of goes at warp speed. And one of the great things about Facebook Live, it's kind of like this little microcosm of all of online marketing in one little place when you think about it. Because you're coming on live, which attracts people to you. So it's like attraction marketing in action in real time. So your reach is so much more than any other method. Quickly, you can build up a following on Facebook Live, like within a few days it starts, right? You provide the easily digested content I talked about right now, live. People who watch it after on the replay, it gives you another 2/3 more reach on the other end. And you can have a call to action right then and there, right? So you can lead people to an offer, a product, a service, an opportunity, anything that you want to lead them to. So you come on your Facebook Live, you share your top 5 points for XYZ. You lead them with a call to action that's congruent to what they just talked about. You can say, if you like these tips, you can get the other 5 by going here. And you direct them there. They become a lead for you in that place, right? Now you guys know all my tricks. See, I'm just keeping it real. I don't mind sharing. And then they get over there and they might digest some more of your content. They might learn your other tips. And then at the bottom of that, you might say, if you want to delve further into this, there's this awesome course I went through that, you know, got me getting way more leads than I ever had before in my business. If you're interested, if that's something you're open to, click here. Once they're in your universe, right? Do you kind of see how this works? Can I get some thumbs up and hearts if any of this is making sense? Is this gelling? Is this good information? Is this helpful at all? I hope so. Well, I hope I'm helping a couple of people. Okay, so that is going to be your fastest. And I'm talking about, you could come in on a Monday and by Wednesday, things are hopping. I'm not kidding. You can do this quickly if you follow the steps I'm laying out for you. By Wednesday, you're going to have people watching your lives and you're going to have content going out and you're going to have a call to action. And this is forever content, evergreen content as they call it, right? This is information that you can repurpose. You can chop this up. You can use it on a blog. You can use it on a podcast. You can put it on YouTube. There's a million things you can do with a Facebook Live. You can repurpose this content if you're short on time, if you're working a job that is very time consuming. You can do this stuff and have content for a month. It's just being resourceful and a little bit creative, right? Now, number 3, you're going to want to incorporate some traditional belly-to-belly methods if you're a network marketer. I know, Stacey, I don't like doing travel parties and I don't like doing home parties. I know. Excuse me, still have a bit of a cold. Let me tell you something. Belly-to-belly works, right? That's how they always did it since the dawn of time. It still works. You don't have to do home parties if that's not your thing. But building in your local marketplace and running hard is a great way to get fast money with your with the upfront side of the network marketing payment structure. It's not the residual so much, but the front money. Usually there's a bonus structure for product sales or membership sales, right? And the great thing about that is it's not focused so much on recruiting, because typically in most network marketing companies, you're not compensated to recruit, or at least to a certain degree you shouldn't be, right? These are legit companies. So you're compensated for your product sales or your membership sales on the front end. So if you work belly to belly and you run hard and you go through your nose quickly, this is something I never did. And if I were to start again now and I wanted front money fast, which I did, but I didn't know, I didn't know. I didn't have the same level of guidance and understanding that some of you do. Now I do. So if I were to start over again now, I would go through those no's a lot more quickly to get to those yeses, right? Or as my mentor likes to call them, you're looking for the people who are at high noon. Right? There's going to be people who are at 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock. They might hit not high noon one day, but they're not for you right now. All you're doing is sorting to get to the people who are at high noon. Those are your people. Faster you sort, faster you get them, faster you get a paycheck. You know, I mean, in some companies you can go out and do work on a Tuesday and be paid on a Friday. So the front money is there if you know how to work it. Learn a little bit about your comp plan. You don't need to get too detailed, but learn a little bit. Find out how that front money happens for you. And the fastest way is going to be belly to belly in your marketplace with your warm market. It's not going to be online. Okay? The affiliate marketing side of it, yes, you can do both. And you certainly can do both for your network marketing company too, but that front money is probably going to come from your warm market in the first little while. Just saying. Okay. Number 4, work on your millionaire mindset. Okay? Work on that. Because everything that I told you before is all kind of like running full speed ahead just to get the pressure off. If your back's against the wall and you can't pay your hydro bill, this just gets your pressure off so you can breathe. Okay? Once you can breathe, then what you need to do is start working on a permanent solution so this never happens to you again. Right? So how do we do that? It's by creating the millionaire mindset. Mindset is everything. So devote some time and energy to that. Your focus really needs to be on how can I make more money to afford the things that I need for my business to push it forward. I don't have the money currently. I'm speaking, this may be you saying, I don't have the money currently. How do I make it so I do have the money to invest in the things that will push my business forward? You need to focus on how you can earn more. Stop thinking about how you can budget to spend less. That's going to keep you stuck, that way of thinking. I'm not saying you shouldn't budget, okay? If you're working with a finite number right now, be responsible, okay? To a point. I'd rather buy a course than pay my phone bill, but that's just me. What I'm saying is you're looking for a permanent solution. Okay? Rasan says that makes a lot of sense. I'm glad it does. I'm glad it makes sense to you, my friend. Because once you have that millionaire mindset, you're no longer going to sabotage yourself with all that negative self-talk and those limiting beliefs and all that garbage that keeps us stuck. Because you'll realize your worth, you'll realize your power, you'll realize what you're capable of achieving. It's infinite. And once you start thinking in that way, and once you start firing and those neurons start firing properly, they're not held down by all that garbage people have fed you over the years, those memory tapes, then you're not going to end up in this situation with your back against the wall ever again. I hope that helps. So number 5 would be then invest in you. Okay, you want to sprinkle all of these free strategies I'm sharing with you with a few strategically placed paid strategies that are not too crazy expensive. You're going to be selective and wise about it, but here's what I would suggest. You might consider, if you have an irresistible offer that you've created, if you're an online marketer. James Allen Buckley, thank you for that. Danielle, welcome. Hey Hector, if you've created an offer that you are making available and you just want to drive great traffic to that, you might want to consider a paid Facebook ad. That's one possibility. You might want to consider investing in one course that's going to help you, push you forward in the one strategy you're working to master. Only one. If your back's against the wall, do not spread yourself thin. If you're like working on Instagram and creating content for Snapchat and creating content for Facebook and you're blogging and you're doing sales funnels and you're focusing on all this stuff and you need money now, you're crazy. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. I lost myself down that rabbit hole for a good 6 months. You will get nowhere doing that. If you're in a hurry, pick one and master the bejeepers out of it. Become an expert at one thing. So if you need to invest in a course on Facebook, then do that. Forget about everything else. If you get an email that invites you to a webinar on Twitter, ignore it. That's not your strategy right now. Delete. Focus on one. Master it. You might want to invest in an event. This is by far my number one thing to invest in. Get your butt to an event. You want to develop a millionaire mindset so you never end up in financial crisis again. The best thing you can do is get to an event and learn how to work on this. And people say, oh, Stacey, I'd love to go, but it's so expensive. The airfare and the hotel and the ticket. It's like, it's going to cost me like $1,000. Yeah, I know. And I've sold things to go to events before. You probably have stuff hanging around your house you haven't even touched in a year that you could probably sell on Craigslist or Kijiji or whatever the heck. How important is it to you? How serious are you about not being in this situation? You can find it. I always manage to find it, and I haven't always, I've had my back up against the wall for reals, my friend. I know, it's not easy. But I can, if somebody were to say to you, if you find a way to get yourself to that event, I don't care if you gotta pack 7 people in a hotel room, I've done that before too. If I told you that was gonna change your life, and you were gonna come back and you were gonna run, and you were never gonna have to worry about money again, would you find it? I bet you would. So strategically placed investing, even if you're really tight, think about the things that will have the greatest value and benefit for the cost. It's not always cheap, but it can be highly valuable. If you invest $5,000 in training that earns you $100,000, is it worth it? Heck yeah. Right? And maybe $5,000 is way out of the realm of possibility. That's fine. I'm talking about a $5 investment in boosting a post on Facebook. It's more about changing the way you look at it. Some people will look at it and say, I don't do paid strategies. They just close it off. Boom. Just spending $5 on boosting a post will open your mind to options because it's how you're looking at it. Anyway, I hope that helps. I sure hope that didn't come across as a lecture. I certainly didn't intend it that way. That was me 2 years ago, you know. Man, times were really rough. So I get it. And I get this question a lot. I get this question a lot, almost daily, from people saying, I'd love for you to mentor me, but I have no money. I don't have a computer. I don't, you know, I need to work in a vacuum. And, you know, I'm pretty good, but I'm not a miracle worker. So maybe some of these techniques and strategies will help you just get a little bit of money rolling. And if you happen to be in a marketing community like I am, where you can actually earn residual commissions or affiliate commissions through referrals, you know, you're going to be able to do that in grand fashion if you are actually reaching out to people the way you're supposed to and starting those conversations, because there's so many people out there struggling and they need help. Help them. Help them. The more you help people, the more you get paid, right? That's real paraphrasing of a Zig Ziglar quote, but you know where I'm coming from. All right, my friends, that's all I have for you tonight. I put the link to my blog in the description. Head on over. There's a ton of free training available to you there, and make sure you get on my newsletter, because I share great tips, tricks, and strategies and trainings with my people there. Have yourselves an awesome night. I will probably be here again tomorrow, same time, same place. I love you guys so much. Go out and conquer the universe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye for now.